guys, good morning to you, and we're at the Geneva Motor Show. And we're on the McLaren stand, as you can probably see from the sign, above my head. The thing that I wanted to chat about today, above all else, is the McLaren 600 LT. And this is the second in the long tail series. Now this car won Autocar's Annual Best Drivers Car Award from 2018, pushing the Ferrari 488 Pista into second place. And the GT3 RS of Porsche, which has had such tremendous accolades, didn't even get into the top three. Now, obviously the Spider is based upon the 600 LT Coupe, which was launched last year, and therefore it has the same twin-turbo V8 engine, producing 592 brake horsepower and 457 pound-foot of torque. 0 to 62, 2.8, 0 to 124, 200 kilometers, 8.4 seconds, so it's fast. Dry weight, 1,404 kilograms, which is pretty impressive, I'd say, for a fairly mainstream model, even if it's at the top end. You can see quite clearly at the back of the car we've got top-mounted exhaust, which has actually allowed the bottom of the car and the rear diffuser to be set right across the back of the car, which is going to add hugely to the downforce. And coming back to those top-mounted exhausts, they are a real feature of this car, and really them and the rear spoiler, which is a carbon rear spoiler, really change the looks of the 570S somewhat dramatically, in my opinion. The car is a bit longer. It's a sort of a nod to the LT idea of being a long tail, but probably about 2 inches longer, I'd say, in the same way as our 675 is. Performance is all but identical to the Coupe, which means exceptional performance and the noise to match, especially from those top-mounted exhausts. There are lots of other features, lots of fins and aerodynamics around the car, which you can see at the back and at the side. And there are two at the side, and then coming forward to the front splitter, you can also see at the front of the car we have a lowered and longer, further protruded front splitter with the wings or the fins just on the side there, which add enormously to the downforce of the car. It is interesting actually, sometimes when you look at these things you do actually wonder how different they are from the donor car, so the 570S. But I definitely say it's definitely lower. Very, very purposeful from the front. I mean, I love the look of the front. And they're different enough to the 570S Coupe, or Spider, as we've got in the background here. Because if we look at the yellow one, I'm not utterly sure there's a huge difference in terms of the very middle of the front splitter, but the two side components do appear to be lower and further protruded. So the doors are exceptionally light. You can see these ones are carbon fibre, and we have the monocoque too, which means that the carbon tub slopes towards the front, which makes access in and out easier. But we do have the Senna racing seats, which I'm going to try out here. Oh my goodness, they are definitely tight. Funnily enough, there's actually more padding on these seats than you might imagine. I like to be quite close to the steering wheel, and it's a good dash. You know, it's definitely McLaren's second generation of dash. I mean, I quite like my 675 LT because you have the rev counter, analog rev counter in front of you. But these screens are more flexible. You can have whatever you want, wherever you want it, or at least that's the theory. And it's a nice driving position. Do you know something? I don't know how comfortable these seats would be on a long journey. I've heard in the Senna that you really do need to get out after a couple of hours. So we have the McLaren steering wheel, which is almost round, except has a slight flat bottom, in carbon, absolutely no switches on it whatsoever. And you know, for me, that makes quite a big difference. I'm not sure, having driven Ferraris and owned the Speciali where they still have a lot of buttons on the steering wheel, I do prefer an uncluttered steering wheel. What all this adds up to, though, is a completely uncluttered driving environment, which I think when you're driving a fast car, your focus has to be on the road, and you only need the dials in front of you to show you precisely what you need. And it's a very airy environment, especially with the roof off. I mean, all you've got above you is the sky. I mean, I really do like that. Okay guys, let's see if I can get out of here in one piece. Now, one of the nice things about the car is the fact that even with the roof closed, you can drop down the rear screen behind the driver's seat to be able to listen to the noise even if it's raining. Now, I rather like that. You know, I think with the exhaust so close behind you, the noises that will come into the cabin must be incredible. Oh, this is a light door. So, you know, it's just literally behind the rear seats where I'm pointing now, where the rear screen comes up, and it comes right to the top of the buttresses at the back of the car. And I think that's nice, isn't that? You can either have the window down or you can have it up. I think it's just really nice. The only thing I suppose you'd have to say is we've got Alcantara here. Now the Alcantara is going to be fine except when it's raining. Now I know you can opt for carbon fibre along this panel, and I think that's what I would do, so that when the screen is down, it means the water, it doesn't matter if there's a little bit of water coming onto the panel there. I think overall, if you spec this car with Trofeo R tyres, you're going to have a surprisingly good track car with the wing at the back giving you total downforce, and you've got a fantastic road car as well. Now, you know, we already mentioned that this car is about 1404 kgs dry. Now that's 100 less than the 570S Spider, which is base, but it's 47 heavier than the LT Coupe. Now, other light features associated with the car are the lighter suspension and exhaust componentry. It's got thinner glass, and of course, because it's got carbon absolutely everywhere, that also helps keep the weight of this car down. Price, guys, is going to be about £201,000 before we put extras on. I think what we've got here is a very focused machine, and I think McLaren deserve to do well. Easy to understand why Autocar voted this their best driver's car of 2018. Okay guys, well, we'll move on to the 720S Spider for our next video.